Hi! Surprise! God, I'm not going to get used to the fact that I'm not in a queue anymore on this website. Donna M said hi, and people are becoming a fan of who? Hello. Hello, everybody. Dan OMG. Yes, I have arrived. Hey. So, I'm going to tweet this in a minute. But let's just enjoy this intimate moment where there's just a few of us before I tweet it. Cola bottle. Do you want a cola bottle? Okay. I'm going to tweet it now. Just prepare yourselves mentally and emotionally, although it won't affect you that much because I plan on maybe yeah, anyway. Okay, tweet. Let's see if it works. Did Dan tweet the right link to his live show? Giant picture of Alfie giveaway in the corner. That's distraction. Hello. Hi. That's distraction. Hello. Hi. Hi. That's distraction. Hello. Hi. Hi. Hello. It's working. It's working. Okay, confirmed. It's working. Everything's fine. I will never get tired of that. You can put your earphones back in now. That's not going to happen again. Sorry. It's weird how it goes so loud. You'd think that if something comes in with a microphone, it's just going to be at that volume. Apparently not. Hi. So, as people flock here, two things. One, I just found a bag of Tangfastics on the floor. So, I've opened them, just so you know. So this... Don't expect me to pay attention because I'm mostly going to be chewing sugar off tiny crocodiles. I can see, I don't want to spoiler it for myself, I've got it translucent side down, so all I can see is that my next one is an orange crocodile, which is good. I don't know if you guys know this, but recently in the UK, or not that recently, several years ago, there was a kind of ban almost on blue coloured sweets because the artificial colouring that they used to put in blue sweets was like the worst of the worst enumber-tastic thing. But they still have it in Tangfastics, so the rarest thing is the elusive blue crocodile. I've already had a red one, but if you see a blue crocodile, I will buy it off you for £6. Nothing more than that. I mean, come on, it's a sugary crocodile, but that's, yeah, that's basically, so just open your mouth, go do it, no one's looking, you're just in your bedroom, go and eat it, go. There we go, cola bottle for you, the sugar all over the camera. Hi. So, last time I did a live show, which felt like 5,000 years ago, but I think was last Tuesday, or something, I don't even remember, and the chat was like just the worst, and I had a terrible time. It was fun, but it wasn't thriving. So I'm just letting you guys know that if everybody disappoints me with too many bacon slices, I'm just going to check my replies on Twitter. But I'll give you guys a shot until then. So what shall we talk about? So I uploaded a new video about talking to myself. Yeah. So that's, I mean, I can't underrate how weird that is still. I mean, I made a video about it, but it is still a very weird thing to admit to doing on the internet. So that I did it because lots of people, you know, with most of my videos when I'm like, I do this thing, it's one of those things that, you know, it is socially awkward, but most people do it because none of us are functional. But with the talking to myself, it really is a kind of, half the people are like, oh my god, that's totally me, and then half the people are like, what, that's really weird. So yeah, if you thought that if you were on the that's weird side of things, sorry, and I hope that I didn't disturb you too much, but it really was true. I mean, what I talked about when I was caught talking to myself and then pretended to laugh really did happen quite recently. very extremely mortifying. It happens a lot though. So I had the idea for making a video about talking to myself a very long time ago, but it happens a lot, and it was just there was nothing more awful than that kind of cringy moment that I talked about where I didn't realize I was doing it. I was just kind of walking around, and all of a sudden I was just kind of like blah 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 yourself. And what was I talking about that made me laugh? Someone said something. I was pretending I had a conversation with someone, but then my mind that was kind of just role playing through how the conversation would go if it happened, but then actually coming out of my mouth at the same time. It got to a point where the person I was talking to theoretically said something funny, but then obviously I burst out laughing and realised that the girl was staring at me, and it was the worst thing ever. It was so, and then I'm not even joking, like I saw some people were like, you know, he said that he tried to cover it up by singing, but I don't think, no, that's, it literally happened. I laughed, and this girl was looking at me, and then I tried to pass it off like I was singing, as if going, ha ha, boo 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 doo, do 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 do, which, oh my god, it was the worst thing ever, and it was one of those moments, and I'm sure you guys have done this, like, if you feel like you've done something awkward in public, you feel like everybody that can see you walking in front or behind you now knows you're a weirdo. So what you then have to do is go into a shop until everybody that could have seen you has walked away, and then you can basically just kind of reintroduce yourself into society with a fresh set of people that you'll hopefully not like fuck up your life with in front of. So that happened. I just kind of walked around a corner and then just stood just contemplating my life until I thought that everybody that could have seen it would have definitely walked past, and then I was like, okay, I now think that it's the new set of people on the street. It is safe for me to reintroduce myself to society. So I did that, but that happens about twice a week. I mean, like, so some of my reasons why Dan's a fail, it's kind of like therapy for myself, in the sense that once I've put something on the internet, it actually helps me get over the issue slightly, whereas I really don't know whether talking about whether I talk to myself will help me with that, or whether it's not solved the problem at all, but just made people more likely to look out for it when it happens. So, yep. A quick poll, you guys, yes or no, do you talk to yourself? Which, you know, I'm making it look like I care. Really, I just want to eat an orange alligator. Yeah, do you? You know? Oh my god. Keep doing it. No. I need like a private moment just for a minute. Just a minute. Oh man. Yeah, that's good. If you, for some reason, haven't lived yet... Oh, lots of you are saying yes. Yeah, that's weird. Tangfastics are the best sweets. This isn't a product placement, though it could have been if I asked for it to be. Tangfastics. They just taste the nicest of all the sweets. I think I was so passionately eating that I got sugar in my eye. I don't know how I managed that. It's quite impressive even for me. Damn. Does your hoodie have ears? Yes, it is this one. Hello. It's very warm hoodie. It's good. Though you can't buy them in the Western Hemisphere. Maybe I should put them in a shop or something. So, yeah, that was me. Talking about talking to myself. While we're on the topic of talking to myself, or the video I uploaded in general, does anybody have any other questions? I talk to myself, but I do it in Austrian so no one knows what I'm saying. Does that solve the problem though? I guess it just makes it less awkward. Favourite Tangfastic? Yeah, blue crocodile. I said earlier. Why do I look so purple? That's just my skin. It's the light of the computer on my face. It's a bit gross, isn't it? KFC or McDonald's? McDonald's. I don't go to KFC. I haven't been to KFC in like 8 years. And I don't know if I ever will again, just because I saw once someone bit into a chicken bite and it had like chicken brain in it. And that just horrified me so much that I'm probably never going to go in a KFC. Even though super gross things have probably happened in McDonald's, I feel like KFC is a bit skankier in that McDonald's is such a huge company that even though it's probably still shit, they at least like pretend for customer service to care about what goes in their food and stuff, whereas KFC is just skanky, isn't it? Not bashing it, it's very tasty, but I'm just afraid of biting into a chicken brain, basically. Do you watch Glee? Not anymore. No. Do I like sushi? Yes. Didn't used to, but seems taste buds change. Or maybe I didn't do the right thing. So yeah, new video. If you haven't seen my video about talking to myself, please watch it. What happens if you hover over with your mouse? It says promote. Okay, that's weird. Make Dan H trend, it says at the bottom. Wow, giving you orders. I'm not telling you to do that. Red play button down there. Click on it and watch my video, please, if you feel like it. Thanks. That's basically the only reason why I exist. So, yeah. Does Phil talk to himself? No, he thought I was extremely weird. Well, I mean, he thinks I'm extremely weird. Opinions on Game of Thrones last night. Emmy for Peter Dinklage, or I'm gonna flip a table. Last Sunday's radio show. Yeah, so working backwards chronologically. Went to Glasgow on Sunday. Never been to Glasgow before. I've been to Edinburgh before, a couple times, but I'd never been to Glasgow. And not that I got a big tour of the city, because I basically went to where the university is, but holy crap, Glasgow University building is like the most beautiful thing in the entire world. It's like Harry Potter. It's extremely amazing. Do I recommend going to university? Fran W, I do recommend going to university because it buys you time when you don't know what you're doing with your life. It gives you a degree. It will put you in loads of debt, but I mean, everyone has to deal with that. What university will do is it'll give you 3 or 4 years to think about what you actually want to do with your life and to just have life experience of moving out of your house and fending for yourself and making friends and being social, which is why I think college and university is more important these days. Hashtag opinion. Obviously, for me, I did that after like 9 months and then had a crisis, but hey, good for me. Less student loan to pay off. So yeah, I got to wear kilts. Did everybody see my... Well, either watch the radio show or saw the kilt pictures on Instagram. What did you think? Good look? Should I kilt it up more often? Can I just say, kilts are so heavy. I don't know what it's like for any females out there that wear dresses, but kilts are like, they're like wearing an entire roll of carpet. They are dense objects. Seriously, the kilts are so heavy. Did you see my little one-eye wink there? Don't mind me, stroking out. Yeah, it's kind of comfortable. You know, it's good to be able to have your thighs touch together. I'm sure most of you girls know the difference between wearing a skirt and wearing jeans. But, I don't know, it was really tight as well and heavy. It was like wearing a weighted corset or something like that. It was an interesting experience. But yeah, so me and Phil did the radio show in Glasgow, got the plane up. Seriously, even though Glasgow is like a 40-minute plane journey from London, I legit had jet lag yesterday. I actually had jet lag from going to Scotland, which is on the same tiny chunk of rock as England, because, you know, me, usually wake up... People are questioning the fact that I just said one-eye wink. I did. I just looked particularly derpy, even for me. Yeah, so I usually wake up at like 10:30. I had to get up at like 6 to get on the plane to Scotland. So, like, getting up really early combined with the ordeal of going to an airport, even though it was quick, and then having a crazy day. When I got back on Monday, I legitimately felt like, you know when you get back from holiday and you feel like really confused and nauseous because your body clock's all wrong and you didn't get any sleep and you've just been traveling loads and you just feel really weird? I actually had, like, nausea from jet lag from a 40-minute flight to Scotland. That is how sad my life is in regards to how late I get out of bed. Yeah, sounds like finals. Basically, yes. I was going to make a funny video about something awkward and anecdotal, but then I realised exams are happening right now, so in my next video I might make an exam guide, because, you know, I'm someone that barely survived school and had an absolutely terrible time during exams, but then came out okay, so why not impart all of my useless wisdom? Good idea. I'll tell you if that turns out into a thing. You'll find out. Maybe it won't. I might sit down and think about it and then go, no, that's not going to be a thing. But I'll let you know. So what exams are happening at the moment? All of them. SATs, GCSEs, and A-levels in a month, or like already or something. Everybody. Wow. Fun times. Not. Oh, exams. I am so sad that I'm not at school anymore. But yeah, it means that the end of year is nigh once you've barely survived the season. So then summer, whoop whoop. I'm getting too warm inside that thing. I love your onesie. It's a hoodie. Or if you mean my other one, IDEC. I did my exams yesterday, did you? How did they go? Were they good? Were your exams good? Said Dan. Yes, of course they were. Have any of you guys tried haggis before? Haggis. It's like shit. Sorry, just sold my hair out so I don't have to keep touching it. I just want to look this up so I'm not massively ignorant in front of everyone. Yeah, okay. So haggis, the Scottish traditional delicacy, is, according to Wikipedia, a savoury pudding. Forget that. It's like stuffing that you put in a roast dinner, containing sheep's heart, liver, and lungs, minced with onion, oatmeal, salt, and stock, that is traditionally encased inside an animal's stomach and simmered for 3 hours. So, does that horrify you, the sound of that? Does that generally sound quite monstrous and disgusting? I bet it probably does. Actually, it's really delicious. I've had it a few times in my life. Haggis is really tasty. I imagine if someone gave you like a lung on a plate, you'd be like, I don't know. Unless you come from like a tribe or something like that. But seriously, if you like stuffing that just goes in like any roast dinner, try haggis. You will like it. It's quite tasty. It's good. Do the sexy end screen dance, what, just on demand right now? No. It's a special thing that I do when I feel like it. Do you have Snapchat? No. I could have Snapchat for following people I know that Snapchat, but I have no interest. Like, I'm never going to Snapchat my friends, and I have no interest in, like, providing it as a service to people on the internet, so that's a no. And if you are speaking to someone called Dan that's not on fire on Snapchat, that's a 50-year-old pedophile. Run away very quickly. Where'd you get your cushions from? A place I don't remember. There's a website called Society6, which is kind of like a professional Etsy, which is good for designs of stuff. Let's talk about Eurovision, Dan. Okay, Jessica, so Eurovision Song Contest. I feel so bad for everyone from Australia and the United States that does not get Eurovision, because it really is like, you know, I like events like the Academy Awards and the Grammys and the VMAs. I think like anything where a bunch of celebrities get together is always going to be kind of a disaster and very entertaining, but then Eurovision Song Contest is just a different, it's just the best thing in the world. If you don't know what it is, short version, how to explain, it's a karaoke competition between all the countries in Europe, and it's terrible but amazing. So yeah, I mean it was incredible. You can tell that I like it because I actually tweeted more than twice on the day that it happened. So yeah, like okay, Conchita, the bearded lady, as all the headlines in the UK said, amazing, like legitimate best singing of the night. Conchita, the Austrian drag queen, had like actual best singing ability there, so I think she deserved to win. Lol at Poland's butter churning. Like when I saw the Polish girl going and that lingering shot, I was like, how is this allowed on all the TV right now? This is just, but you know, wasn't complaining that much, other than you know, which, blah 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 blah, basically. No, Iceland was where is that? I don't even remember Iceland. What was Iceland? The band of people that made that song. Iceland, was that the one that ended with people spelling out love with their hands? And the guy went, because that guy is my hero. That guy is who I inspire to be one day. Concha means vagina in Spanish. Yeah, because she was called Conchita Wurst, which translates to pussy sausage, is her name. Amazing. So yeah, I mean, I'm not going to talk about Eurovision that much because all of the Americans, we don't want to make them too sad that they get to miss out on the, you know, they get freedom, we get the Eurovision Song Contest, basically. Is how that works. And Dan just sang the Angry Bird theme. Why did I do that? I don't know. Talk about Solange and Jay-Z. Yeah. Wow. I feel kind of bad about that. I don't know. What are your guys' opinions on the whole Beyonce's just attacking Jay-Z in a left thing? I feel really bad for them. Like, it really kind of shocks and disturbs me that it's legal for TMZ to just post that on the internet. I mean, I guess, like, legally, anywhere where there's CCTV, you agree that you're being filmed. You know what I mean? Like, whenever you walk around in the street and you do something, that person, you know, legally, there's a sign that's like, you're on camera, and then you're on camera. There'll have been the thing in the lift that was like, don't stab people because you're on camera for security. So I guess it makes sense, but I feel so sorry for them, you know what I mean? It's none of our business. We all have arguments with family, and then imagine if you were freaking Jay-Z and Beyonce. No one has any idea what happened, and I feel so bad for them that everyone is just speculating. You know what I mean? I think one thing that is weird is that everybody's like, you know, the people that are like, oh, Jay-Z must have done something bad. I mean, yeah, we have no idea why it happened, but it's wrong to ever attack someone, ever. You know what I mean? Don't ever be violent, ever, because that's bad. But basically, none of us know what happened, and it's none of our business, and we're all creepy perverts, and I feel sorry for Beyonce. It's basically how I feel about that. So it's not to say that if we ever find out why it happened, I'm not going to look it up, but we should all be less creepy perverts, because Beyonce is a person. She's a very good person, but she's just a person. Just like us. That's not a song. Don't know why I sang it. Will you ever make a follow back account on Twitter? I don't get the point of that much, really. It's like, if it's not someone's actual Twitter account, then what does it mean to be followed back? Because they're just, you know, they're asking you to do whatever for a follow back, and then they're just sitting there going click, 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 click. So sorry that I don't provide that service, but there's lots of people that do if you prefer, so don't worry. Why don't I vlog? I would if my life was more interesting, probably. I don't know. Play online slang on QuizUp. Should we do a communal QuizUp right now? I mean, that's not going to work because of the lag between the chat, but you can inspire me. I think. But what do you think of Phil flashing people? When we were on stage in Glasgow, when Phil was wearing a kilt, he was asked to do a twirl, funny, but then when he twirled, he almost showed a bit too much. So thankfully, in front of cameras and a young audience, he wasn't authentically wearing the kilt as one is supposed to. Otherwise, he'd probably have been arrested. But that was funny. But okay, online slang. Let's do it. Online slang. Play now. How much of a nerd is Dan? There's people asking me who I am. I'm a YouTuber called Dan if you want to know who I am, then click the red play button down there. Here we go. Okay, round one. What does TPTB stand for? The powers that be. There we go. Got that right. I'm playing against someone called Natalie, and she said the power that breaks. What a noob. Okay, round two. What does OL stand for? Old log? No idea. Apparently, it stands for old lady. Have you ever heard someone say OL for old lady? What does RM stand for? Remake. I've never heard RM as remake, have you? This isn't like cool internet slang. This is kind of like any weird thing that's been put on a forum in the last 20 years. Wow, this Natalie girl, she's just very bad. But apparently she's a big Supernatural fan. She's probably watching right now. Oh, she disconnected. Look. Quitter. Intimidated by my nerdiness. Ha. There we go. Are all your dreams alive? Because I did it. Phil broke the radio live stream. He did. Did it? I didn't get to see what it looked like. Was it like women's butts in a cycling race? So I heard. Why did I stop watching Glee? Because, Zarake, it got kind of terrible. It changed from being the kind of almost adult parody of High School Musical that everyone guiltily loved into just kind of being an unironic version of the genre that it used to be a cool angle on. You know what I mean? It's like people used to watch Glee for it being about a bunch of nerds that are a bunch of nerds, and everyone throws them in the trash because they are a bunch of nerds, but then it's cool because they're nerds, but then it just turned into what it was, you know. And I know that's an opinion, I don't do opinions, so I'm sorry, Glee fans, but I feel like I can say this because I used to really like Glee. So I'm not a hater. I used to like Glee so much that I went to see Glee live, okay? I spent like 50 quid to go see. That's how much I liked it, okay? But then when it got to the new generation of kids and everyone went to New York, and I just didn't like any of the new people, and then I was just cringing every time they did a song because it wasn't like, I don't know, I didn't used to cringe. I used to think the songs were awesome because they were like genuinely good performances, whereas then it started becoming, you know, we all love High School Musical, but we all like it ironically because it is really cheesy and it's meant for 5-year-olds, but then we watch High School Musical and we love it because it's really cheesy and it's meant for 5-year-olds. But then when you watch Glee and it's really cheesy, it's just like, so I mean, yep, I'm not a hater. If it's good and you like it, that's fine. You're allowed to like things that other people don't like. In fact, it's fun to have an unpopular opinion. Other than being racist, that's not fun. That's generally, it's not good to have an unpopular opinion. I retract that. That doesn't mean anything. Do you watch Once Upon a Time? If not, why? I watched the first 2 episodes and I was bored, so I stopped. Sorry. I'm a hater. Stop me. I'm sorry. I'm an out of control hate machine. Spotify update. I feel like I haven't been on Spotify in a while, but we can find out. We can find out what I've been listening to, even though it hasn't been anything. So, anime update. The anime about watching a Japanese card game, which is like Poetry Snap. Basically, there's a Japanese card game called Karata, which is basically, imagine Snap when someone goes, imagine if you had a bunch of cards face up on a table and then someone went, the 5 of spades, and then the first person to snap on the 5 of spades would win. It's like that, but with poetry, and it's just an anime about that, and it's life-changing, and I watched like loads of it, and it's so good. Even though it's just about a bunch of high school students playing Poetry Snap, it's better than like some giant robot death animes. So, anime fan looking for something to watch, Chihaya Furu is the name of it. Look it up. Probably can't spell it. Okay, top list for Dan. Tracks or artists? Really? Okay. Who has Dan been listening to recently? Who do you think? What's Dan been listening to recently? I'm going to eat a cherry. Actually, no, I'm going to eat this and pretend that I'm reading what you say. I am reading what you're saying. Okay, here we go. Lordy. Yeah. Oh my god. I need a moment again. I'm sorry, I'm really sorry. Oh my god. This is a... Tangfastics are the best sweets. I can't... Lordy. Yeah, not... I don't mean Royals, the song by Lordi. I mean Lordi, the Norwegian death metal band that won Eurovision Song Contest. They're not death metal at all. That's what they look like. Question. Does anybody see something saying error there? Or is that on my screen? Is there a little writing there? Just say yes or no. They're Finnish. Sorry, apologies. They're from Finland. Nope, you don't. I've got like some writing on my screen that says 2036 error hashtag 2036. So if my monitor explodes and I die, that's why. Okay. According to Spotify, my most listened to artists, which is always wrong, just so you know, are Vince Staples. Any of you guys know who that guy is? Followed by Kanye West. I guess, maybe, I don't know. Followed by Gwen Stefani. I did listen to Rich Girl by Gwen Stefani once the other day, so obviously she's my most fourth listened to artist. And then apparently Jay-Z and then Big Sean. I think maybe I listened to Clique once and Rich Girl once, and based on the fact I listened to both of those songs once, everybody in them is now my most listened to artists. Thank you, Spotify. There we go. Do you listen to the Kooks? Nope. No offense. Should I give them a try? Dan, your music taste is so varied. Yes, it is. Why don't I make hand hearts anymore? Oh, good question. Because I think it's a bit cringe. Not that I think it's cringe when other people do it, but that's just not my personality. And that's fine. The error thing is on my screen. Is it? Okay, well your monitor might also explode and kill you, sir. Be prepared. Silver Sun's pickups. Yeah. I saw them before a Muse concert in New York once. I know how to drum Lazy Eye and Panic Switch. Those are two. Not that drumming Lazy Eye by Silver Sun Pickups is a big achievement. I should be doing my Spanish homework, said somebody. No one likes learning. Do you like One Direction, said somebody. I was in a stationery shop earlier, and there was a pack of crayons. You know those just like big 24 pack of crayons? There was one that was just unbranded. It was just Crayola, and it just went, Crayola crayons 24 pack. And then there was an identical pack next to it. They just had a giant picture of One Direction on it. And they weren't One Direction brand crayons. They were the same brand of crayons. But I think they must have just paid One Direction's management to just stick a picture of One Direction on it in the hope that that would just attract people into buying them. Which I think is so weird. It's not even One Direction merchandise. It's just they bought the rights to put a One Direction picture on it just to make some people buy. And it was so, because it was exactly the same as the one that was just yellow. It made me laugh. Rachel just said, I should be doing math. I read that as meth. You shouldn't be doing meth. That's not good. I want Dana's Not on Fire crayons. Ah, spoiler, that's what I'm going into. Do you like chiptune artists? I'm not an expert in the genre, but yeah, I like good chiptune. I'm friends with the people from Anamanaguchi, who are maybe the most famous chiptune band. They are the coolest, nerdiest hipsters I've ever met. But they live in an amazingly nerdy, hipstery, cool apartment in Williamsburg. Crack, said Krista P. Also, don't do crack. Yeah, I don't think you should do that. Have you heard Avril Lavigne's new song? What, Hello Kitty? Yeah. I heard somewhere, because Avril Lavigne has a big Asian fan base, I heard somewhere that Hello Kitty was just supposed to be like an album bonus track for Japan. So basically, on her last album, whatever it was, or the one that's coming out, don't really know what's happening, there's just an extra track if you bought it in Asia that came with Hello Kitty, and they decided that they just make a video for it. But then obviously, it's like everything in the world, you know, something could happen and no one realizes it, but then one person tries to make a big deal out of it and spin it in a different way, and then suddenly it becomes this big thing, like the Russell Brand and Jonathan Ross thing. Do you know what happened with that? Jonathan Ross and Russell Brand, I'm sure everybody in the world knows who Russell Brand is. They once did the thing on the radio where they prank called someone, and Russell Brand told the guy that he prank called that he had sex with his granddaughter, which was maybe a bit rude, weird, doesn't matter. But anyway, it happened, and people found it really funny, and no one really minded, and everything was fine. But then, like, 2 months later, a newspaper decided to make a big deal out of it, and then all of a sudden there was this giant shitstorm, and it's weird, because it's kind of like, at the time no one cared, but then everyone kind of retroactively acts as if they were offended, when if no one made a big deal out of it, no one would have been. So that was something stupid that happened. I feel like it's the same with Hello Kitty, you know what I mean? It's like, if she just went, okay, here's my bonus track, I'm going to make a video for it because that's fun, and then all of a sudden, you know, no one really cares, but then all of a sudden someone makes a big deal out of it, and then suddenly the whole world is like, herp-a-derp, Avril Lavigne, anti-circle jerk. I mean, the song's fun, it's not the best thing that's happened to music, but I don't care, it's an Avril Lavigne song about nothing, and it's called Hello Kitty. Is she the first person to use kawaii as the drop on a chorus? Because I mean, that's pretty cool, TBH. But the video was a bit awkward because she was just kind of walking around by herself, and it had like strange Gwen Stefani, I have some Japanese pets. You know what I mean? Remember when Gwen Stefani, people thought it was a bit weird that she was like, I've got 4 Japanese dolls and I dress them up, and people were like, Japanese people aren't accessories. It was kind of a bit like that again. Not that Gwen Stefani isn't a goddess, because she is. Are there any Gwen Stefani fans here? I was a big fan of Gwen Stefani. When I was like 12, because I was 12 when Gwen Stefani's first album came out, so y'all must have been well younger. But yeah, I used to just listen to Gwen Stefani. I didn't listen to her. Someone is accusing me of accusing Hello Kitty of being racist. I don't think Avril Lavigne's racist. To clarify, I have no problems with Avril Lavigne. What was I talking about? What was I talking about like 10 seconds ago? Let's go back. What was I talking about? Labrador syndrome. Help me. Help me. Dan, Hello Kitty was about her vagina. Was it? Gwen Stefani, that's it. Yeah, so I listened to Gwen Stefani, and it was good. But now, when I'm at this current stage in my life, and I look back on Gwen Stefani, I was like, she was so amazing. Like, I look back on it, even though I enjoyed it at the time, and I was like, Gwen Stefani was on a really amazingly high level, like, compared to a lot of pop girls now. I mean, you know, we had Rihanna, and she's releasing a new album, and we have Beyonce, which is great, you know, we have Lorde, we have all these good things, but, you know, Gwen Stefani, when she decided to have a solo career, that was a good thing for humanity, wasn't it, TBH? Gwen Stefani? Yes. Which movements of Moonlight Sonata can you play? 1. I'd love to be able to play the 3rd movement of Moonlight Sonata, which is one of my favourite piano compositions of all time, but obviously that's quite impossible. Do you want to hear it? No, as if any of you care about classical music. I bet some of you do. More of you should try classical music. It's quite good. So, I mean, I'm sure you will know normal Moonlight Sonata. That one. There is a less popular 3rd movement of it, which is like it's like Metallica on a piano. It's amazing. It's so cool. Okay, right, so this is what it sounds like. That's really bad, sorry. I get really picky when it comes to people's interpretation of piano songs. Like, I'm gonna have to find a good one, otherwise we can't listen to it. Too slow. promising. It's okay. Ooh, that's terrible. Oh god, my kingdom for someone that can play this song right. I'm joking, kind of. Oh god. Yeah, that was really gross. Wow. Look it up on YouTube. Moonlight Sonata, third movement. It's such a freaking, like, amazing song. If you're looking for a good piano song that's kind of hardcore. Do you want me to recommend some classical music for you? I swear to God, you probably don't give a shit, but just some good sounding songs. Okay, so Moonlight Sonata, third movement. That's a good one. What's another good piano song? Fantasy Impromptu by Chopin is good. Fantasy with an IE instead of a Y, and then impromptu as in we had an impromptu sexual gathering under the bridge. That's a shut up. That's that's a good one. Rachmaninoff. Wait, which one is it? Prelude in. Nope. 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 Which one is it? Goat piano song. Prelude in C sharp minor by Sergei Rachmaninoff. Seriously, change your life. Amazing. I'm gonna shut up now. So about sweets. Cola bottles. Nice. Time Lapse by Ludovico Einaudi. I feel like I should get royalties on his music now. I promote it quite a lot. But then again, I owe a lot of my exam success to his piano music. It chilled me the hell out when I was like, I haven't done any studying. Oh god. Claire de Lune, obviously, yeah. That's pretty goat. You should learn to play River Flows in You. That's a very popular song, isn't it? River Flows in You. It's good. My husky keeps howling at your face, said somebody. What about my face is inspiring your dog to howl at me? The ears, probably. Hello, dog. Gerard Way solo. What's this? I haven't been on. Well, I haven't been on the internet. All I do is go on the internet. What is this about Gerard Way solo career? Is this a new thing? Should I follow him on Twitter, so I should know. I follow too many people on Twitter, which is why I didn't see. Okay, what's he talking about? When did he talk about this? Wait. Okay, wait. I'm going to spoil myself. How new is the news that Gerard Way is doing something solo related? How new is this news? How out of the loop am I? A week? A week? A week? Or like 3 days? Really? I mean, I know I was in Scotland, but Jesus Christ, Dan. Okay. I'm gonna just sort my life out and get back to that next week for you guys. But that excites me and I like it. That excites me a lot. No, way longer, said Graysell. Okay, I'm out of the loop. I'll get in it, okay? I'll get back to you next week. You should listen to Mama by My Chemical Romance. I am familiar with the song. Did you know that that's Joss Whedon's favourite My Chemical Romance song? Fact. Yeah, it was a while ago. About 6 months. Okay, stop rubbing it in. Can I listen to your radio show online? Dude, you can watch my radio show online. The radio show that me and Phil do, the whole thing happens live on camera. And it's not just standing and talking. It's this whole crazy thing. And all you have to do, if you want to watch it, is from anywhere in the world, most weeks when it doesn't break, is go to bbc.co.uk/Radio1 on 7 o'clock on a Sunday night in England time. So work out what 7 p.m. GMT is in your time. And then go on the Radio 1 website on Sunday and you can watch it. Thumbs up. Hey from Russia, said somebody. Hey, Russia. How's that working out? Politics. To be fair, really loved Eurovision, but even though it was obviously quite amazing, like all the songs were upbeat, really funny commentary. Conchita, it was really good. I like how political it was. Kind of put me off slightly. It made me feel uneasy because I mean, it's great that everyone was booing Russia. No offense to you personally, any Russian people out there. And that Austria won. Obviously, that's really great. But Eurovision is just supposed to be this like, it's a small world fantasy dream of tacky, awful pop music, and the fact that it got really kind of like real and political with Ukraine and Russia, I was a bit like, I'm just watching Eurovision. I don't like that I'm being politically stimulated right now. So it was good, but I like it when Eurovision is just this kind of like trashy event that happens in a utopian alternate dimension. You know what I'm talking about? Have you seen The Amazing Spider-Man 2? I have, Danielle. I liked it. I like that it seems maybe it was because of my tweet. I don't actually think that, I'm joking. I've discovered Dane DeHaan fans now. I was talking about, do you guys know who Dane DeHaan is? He plays the Green Goblin in Spider-Man. He had gay sex with Daniel Radcliffe in the movie. And he's amazing, and he's just the most amazing. He's awesome, so yeah, good for him. But he was in a Prada campaign, and he looked so cool, and I didn't think he was like that because he seems very serious, but he was so cool, and I'm like, dude, yep, you're cool. You're kind of wise, Dan, said Ellen Cupcakes. You know the difference between wisdom and intelligence. Wisdom is knowledge that you learn from making mistakes. So I am very wise because I have made so many mistakes. People are like, wow, Dan, why do you have so many life lessons? And it's like, because I've had so much suffering and failure to learn from. Basically, is it a good thing? Who knows? 5 Seconds of Summer are releasing an album. So I heard. That's good. I like 5 Seconds of Summer. They're nice guys. They're cool. Have I read The Fault in Our Stars? Yes. Just in case anyone doesn't know, yes, I do listen to the band that you listen to. Yeah, I do watch the TV show you watch. I have read the book that you've read, and I have seen the movie that you recently saw, probably. Have I seen Frozen? I have seen Frozen. For example, do I like Iron Brew? I do like Iron Brew. What camera do I use? For videos, I use a Canon 5D Mark III, which is extremely expensive, but it made a really big difference. My videos kind of always looked kind of crap, but then the camera that I've got at the moment lets so much light in that all of my videos look really sexy since New Year, which is basically when I got it. All of my videos since New Year have looked good, finally. What do you think of Louise's video? Oh, that's a topic. Bloody Benjamin Cook. I love Benjamin Cook most of the time. I have a problem with nearly every opinion that Ben Cook has, but generally like him as a guy. I feel like even expressing an opinion on Ben Cook is like a touchy subject, but yeah, he's a person that I know. But what were we talking about? Louise's video. When Ben was like, he tweeted it and he was like, oh, this is going to be the discussion of the year. I'm like, shut up, Ben. Basically, Louise, Sprinkler Glitter, made a video. It raised a couple points. One, YouTube events are in some ways badly organized, and then B, why do people sometimes scream and cry? I've said this before. I feel like people express opinion. By the way, I see people getting into arguments with Ben on Twitter. Don't ever get into an argument with anyone ever. Just do what I do and just be completely ambivalent to everything and docile all the time. That's really great. Anyway, so I mean, I've said this before, but I feel like because everyone's still talking about it, I haven't expressed my views loud enough. So maybe I need to tweet this or something. But basically, with people and meetups and YouTube, there's two things. You either do a meetup or a signing where you get to meet people on an individual basis, or you don't. You know what I mean? If a YouTuber, like, say, let's see, Toby Turner, random example, goes to VidCon, and he doesn't do a signing or a meetup, but he goes on stage and does a couple panels. He goes to panels, and maybe like 1,000 people can see Toby Turner. They get to see him, have a conversation, maybe ask him some stuff. It's cool. And then he does something on stage at VidCon or Playlist, then several thousand people will get to see this YouTuber. And that's cool, you know what I mean? Because people go, and then everybody gets to see this person. They do a Q&A, they do a performance, it's good. But with a meetup, the thing is a person can only actually meet a few hundred people in a day, because that's just how long it takes. But if several thousand people go to the event, and they don't get to meet them, and they're sad, that's bad, you know what I mean? So again, we're just addressing one topic here. I've said before, what they should do is if someone is only really going to a YouTube event to meet someone, to stop people queuing up, because I also don't like that people like have to wait from 6 a.m. just to meet someone. I don't care whether that person is a YouTuber or the Dalai Lama. I think any event that requires people to wait in line to meet someone from 6 a.m. isn't particularly organised. I feel like they should decide how many people, like 500 people. So me and Phil say there's 500 people that can come to our meetup because that's how long we want to spend with each person. People get to sign up to the meetup on a first come first served basis, okay? And then once all those like tickets, or just kind of when you buy the ticket, you click a box and say that you want to do it. Once those 500 things have done, then it stops, and it doesn't let anyone else in. And yes, there'll be lots of people that are sad that they didn't make it in time. But then if they have the opportunity to get refunded on the ticket, then there's no disappointment, you know what I mean? Then people don't get to turn up and wait from 6 a.m. Because imagine, I don't know how this works at like festivals when bands do signings, or like book artists do signings, you know what I mean? I guess people just queue up for ages. But if they like had an amount of people, like a few hundred, and then people could apply to do it, and then get in or get out and get a refund if they don't want to, then it's good. And then if anyone doesn't turn up at the time, then other people can be let in. But then there'll be a thing like Dan and Phil's meetup is on Saturday at 2 o'clock. Then those 500 people turn up at 2 o'clock, go into the room, and then it just happens. And then they do it in like a couple hours, and everyone has a great time, and blah, blah, blah. So, I mean, that's how I feel like they should do it. The other way to do it, like I said, is they'll lose so much money if they do that. You say that, Anna Kay, but, you know, if 100 or 50 YouTubers go to an event, and there's 8,000 tickets, I reckon only half of those people really care about, you know, meeting a YouTubers. But then the other people, you may not get, you know, you might just want to go to see Tyler Oakley, but then Tyler Oakley's thing's filled up. Well, then you can go to see Troy, you can go to see Jim, you can go to see Tanya Burr, you can go to see PewDiePie, you can go to see Jenna Marbles. There's enough YouTubers at all of these events for everyone to go to meetup if they want to. And if every single person gets rejected from every single meetup and asks for a refund, there will still be enough people that will want to go to the event just to have a nice time and to watch all the cool things that are happening on stage, which is what's important. So I feel like they need to do something like that to just, you know, because I hate that anyone has to wait. I think that's lame, and it just, you know, people paying with the expectation for something. So, one, should someone even do a meetup or a signing if they want to or don't want to, or just do something on stage when everybody gets to enjoy them? Two, that's the thing, you know. But then, you know, whether or not YouTubers should even be treated like that, and then why do people meet anybody and start crying are two separate things. You know what I mean? One of those things, why do people start crying and get excited when they meet people? That's just personal, you know what I mean? Some people go to a One Direction concert, they're chilled out. Some people are decapitating themselves. You know what I mean? I imagine when people go to a Bruce Springsteen concert, he's a really, really big deal. He's the biggest deal in the world. He deserves all that stuff. But he doesn't just because the people that go are quite chilled out, whatever. I mean, that's another conversation. It's fine. You can act however you want to act. I don't particularly judge you. But then, you know, whether YouTubers should even be considered someone that's worthy of even being interesting, I don't have an articulate answer to that, so I don't care. Yet. I'll get back to you if I ever have an articulate opinion, but I don't care that much. But that's how I feel about events, you know what I mean? The idea that someone could pay to go to something and then have a bad time, that makes me sad. If I ever did an event, like a Dan party in a field, my number one goal would make it so that everybody that freaking pays to go to my event is really happy and has a lovely Saturday, or whatever. You know what I mean? But any strange dreams recently? I had a pretty strange dream involving Marcus Butler the other day. It wasn't sexual, I'm sorry. And I could explain it, but it would take too much explaining. So I don't know why I brought that up. Anyway, how often do I change my bed sheets? Like once a week. Usually, I never have enough washing to do to completely fill the washing machine, so I always just chuck my sheet in it with my clothes, because why not? Where am I from in the UK? Emily W. I am from a place called Reading, which is really shit. And yes, I did say book artist. Hey, writers are artists. Shut up. Will there be a Phil Is Not on Fire 6? Yes, probably. £3,000 on a camera, that's dedication. Well, it is my job, but I didn't pay for it. I had some technology vouchers, so it wasn't that expensive. You don't need a super expensive camera to be a YouTuber. Jenna Marbles started YouTube on just like a random digital camera, and look where she got. So don't ever think, I mean, if you really care about like filmmaking and quality, and you really care about the quality of your videos, and you're an aspiring YouTuber, then sure, that's great. But I mean, quality and just style over substance. Substance is more important than style, in that, you know, it doesn't matter how good your camera is if you're boring. You know what I mean? But nowadays people care about the quality of videos. They care about the content of videos, and the quality is good because basically everyone like, to be fair, any digital camera you get these days is gonna look good. Like, you can't buy crappy looking cameras in 2014, so any like crappy digital camera you can get for £10 from Argos will be good enough for YouTube, you know what I mean? Opinions on sloths. I love sloths. I think they're great. Shrek is love, Shrek is life. You know it. Did that video get flagged? I think so. I think so. I think so. Opinions on Attack on Titan. When's it coming back? Life-changing, isn't it? It's the Game of Thrones of anime. How cool would it be if there was an exam on YouTubers, what, like a course? I don't think you'd be very employable, but like I said, university isn't always about the education as much as the life experience, so yeah, maybe. Thoughts on the dubbed voices in Attack on Titan? I haven't listened to them. I could sample them and give you an opinion, who knows. I watched Full Metal Alchemist in English, and that was good. Everyone's asking me, does Phil talk to himself? No, he doesn't. He thought I was a proper weirdo. Am I humming a song from Kirby? I am. Would I ever get a tattoo? I don't think I'm a tattoo person, but I love tattoos in other people. I think they're cool. Please do a Dan party. Okay, I'll consider. Dan party in a field, was that what I said? Yep. Coming to a field near you. What do I think about YouLive? Was that like crazy scam event owned by that crazy person? I don't know. I'm not going, so I don't really care. I tend to avoid anything that involves conflict because it stresses me out. You know, some people are really kind of like grab the popcorn kind of people, like, oh, something's happening, grab the popcorn. I'm a real kind of like, I get stressed up and out, I can't talk. You know what I mean? I just, anything that involves conflict, I'm like, I don't like it. This makes me stressed. So I'm like, what? Something's happening? Okay, I'm just not going to go on Twitter today. That's fine. What are your thoughts on Crown the Empire? Favourite Muse song? Don't have one. Personality trait? Personality type? I've done multiple of those quizzes things, and I get different things. Would you get a different haircut? Would I get a different haircut? Okay, here's the thing. For at least the near future, until my tastes change, I like having a fringe. I like having a fringe. Everybody has a quiff these days, and, you know, obviously, because I'm freaking dork that feels like I don't want to look like everyone, whatever. But if I wanted to look cooler, I'd have, because the thing is, okay, just go with me here. I can't have the sides of my hair any shorter than this, or my face looks really fat. It's a thing. It's like, I can't have the sides of my hair any shorter than this, otherwise my head looks stupid. Whereas if I, you know, got rid of this, so it was like all shaved like anyone else, but then still had the things, I'd look a bit more 2014. But the problem is, if I did that properly, my face would just look like a beach ball. So I don't know. I think I'll be doomed to never look entirely fashionable, I think. My dad bought a life-size cutout of David Tennant. Wow. Or was that your mum? It would make more sense if you said your mum. What's she doing with that? That's a bit weird, but that's fine. I think that's fine. What time is it where I am? 10:04. Is that late for you guys? Bed survey. When do you guys go to sleep on a regular basis? Tell me in the chat. It's just another excuse to... Crocodile mustache. Yeah, I am mentally mature. All of you go to bed at midnight and 11 and 3 a.m. When I was a teenager, I did not go to bed at 3 a.m. I don't know if this is what Tumblr has done to the people that are only like a couple of years younger than me. But when I was a teenager, I could not go to sleep at 3 a.m. Otherwise I'd be so tired. I definitely go to bed at like 12. I definitely go to bed at like 12. Otherwise at school I just wake up and die. Like when I started to do A-levels and I didn't have to turn up to school until 2 in the afternoon, then I'd sleep in. But yeah. Advice for the first videos on YouTube. Okay, Kai Westford, your first video on YouTube should be kind of like an introduction to your channel and who you are and what kind of videos that you should make. Either a talky one or, like, if you're a filmmaker-y kind of person, you know, something more creative. But then your first videos should just be a bunch of things that showcase your style and who you are and what you're about. GL. Make more videos. Yeah, sorry that it took so long to make my I Talk to Myself video. It took a few days for me to film because of stupid reasons. A few days, like 2 in the... whatever. Existential crisis, basically. Sorry. In between the hamster video and the Talking to Myself video, about here, just existential crisis, just... terrible week. So sorry about that. But it happened. It happened. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Did you do history A-level? No, I didn't. Do I love Tom Hiddleston? Obviously. Thoughts on The Walking Dead? I liked a few episodes, and then some were okay or not okay. It's fine. Talk about Oreos. They're good. I prefer English Oreos to American Oreos. Sandra V said, you wore the Yeezers. Are you the girl, Sandra, that gave me the Yeezers t-shirt? Thank you so much. My life will be very depressed if Kanye West in no way does the Yeezers tour in Europe, which I feel like he won't, because he didn't do that with his last album. So just having a piece of it as kind of like a piece of art in my life, I appreciate that. Thank you. Where'd you get your hoodie? Korean clothing website. What tea do you drink? I don't drink tea. My favourite tea of all time is called Iron Goddess of Mercy. Weird name for a tea, right? Have you seen an Atticop lady lately? Yeah, I saw a spider in my bedroom the other day and I opened the window and it fell out the window. If it jumped on me, I would have tweeted about it because that would have been quite traumatizing, but it ended quite successfully. Thoughts on the Philippines? Never been, but I'd love to go. You're interrupting my dinner, Daniel. Lorik T, go away. Go eat. Thoughts on Miyazaki retiring? Sad, but, I mean, he's allowed to do that. He's allowed. He's an old person that's contributed a lot to the world. Have I seen Divergent? Nope. Do I like Paramore? I guess he's not anymore. Oh, is he not? Okay. Hi from Saudi Arabia. Hello. Can I pose for a picture? How am I today? Warm. Good. Band that is closest to your heart? I don't know. I don't know. I'm quite emotionally detached from all of the bands that I was emotionally attached to when I was a teenager. Probably Muse or My Chemical Romance. Probably. Yeah. Back in the day. Back when I was, you know, like you. Am I coming to Mexico sometime? I guess. Yeah. I have to go soon because I've been doing this for an hour and I'm so hungry. I haven't eaten yet, and whilst Tangfastics are good, there's only about 5 things left, and I will melt. So, but I'll stay for like 5 minutes before we go. This has been good. See, I said at the start of the show that this might go horribly wrong, and then I'd have to go to Twitter. But good. Everybody in the chat, pat yourself on the back. Nothing against you personally, I guess. It's just how the things flow. But good, fine. Have I listened to 5 Seconds of Summer yet? Of course. We hear them every day at Radio 1. What beer do I like? Nice ones. Foster's is horrible. How do I say scone? I say it like that. Why do I eat so late? Because I get out of bed so late, and I'll enjoy dinner more if I have it later, I think. Love your YouNows. They always make my day, thanks. Thank you, Crown Tea. That is a very lovely thing to say. But Linkin Park. I loved Linkin Park when I was younger. A lot. When is the Fault in Our Stars premiere? I need to get on that. I feel like Fault in Our Stars premiere, as it already happened, probably, in the UK. Are they having a UK or a Europe one? Has it happened yet? Has it happened yet? June the 6th, said somebody. June the 6th, says everybody. Okay. This is one of those things that I feel like if I didn't ask, I wouldn't be invited in a forgotten about kind of way. And I know I've talked to you before about how I like premieres as a film fan, but I hate them because of gross celebrities. But Fault in Our Stars is obviously an extremely important event in the universe, so I want to support it. Obviously. Everyone loves John Green. It's our duty. What time do you usually go to sleep? Like 3 a.m. By the time I've gone to bed and browsed Reddit on my phone for like 2 hours. Yes, I saw that John Green followed me on Twitter. Did you guys pester him? Don't do that. I find it very mortifying that he followed me after I made people aware that he wasn't. Okay, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Everything's fine. Everything's good. I'm loving your hoodie, thanks. Art Pop, said Aaron B. Still don't know how I feel about it. I wanted to have a conversation about Art Pop with Tyler Oakley when I was in Florida, but I never got one-on-one time with him. Yeah, I'll try to have some one-on-one time with Tyler when I'm in LA. Your cushion looks angry. Is it? I'm sorry. It's psyching you. Okay, this is the final countdown. Anything until next time. So I uploaded a video about talking to myself. If you haven't seen my new video about talking to myself, click the red play button down there and it'll take you to my channel. Please watch it. Thank you. It is the only reason I exist. Because I'm not having an existential crisis, I'll try to make a new video soon. Let's see how that works out. Excited for Radio 1's big weekend next weekend. Not now. Hope your dinner is nice. Thank you. What am I going to have? Something Chinese, probably. In the mood for a slice of China. Did Nick Grimshaw notice the bacon air freshener? No, we backed out because we didn't want him to hate us. We did not do that. I think that's fine. Is there a radio show this Sunday? There is indeed a radio show this Sunday, so watch that if you like. We made a video. Alfie came to our house and we played Guess the YouTuber. That was funny. If you're a fan of Alfie. Aren't you going to run out of reasons why Dan's a fail at some point? Natasha B, I really, honestly, do not think I am going to run out of ideas for reasons why Dan's a fail for quite a long time. For the foreseeable future, for as long as you care about my existence, I will probably not run out. Which is sad. Okay, that's good. I'll leave this till next time. This was fun. You guys were cool, so thank you for this. Nice to hang out. I missed having a little intimate moment with you. I'm now going to go finish the rest of this before eating, because, you know, priorities. And yeah, watch breakfast. I mean, I tried so hard. That's first. Listen to those cool piano musics I said. Good luck with exams for anyone that has them before I may or may not help you with those. And yeah, be nice to other humans,